Peace, peace. How we doing? It's your girl here, the goddess, Cecily from Operation Fibroid Freedom and Womb Hang Clan. Just checking in for Womb Wisdom Wednesday. You may not be able to hear me because I got my little teapot here going. This is a really cool little gadget. If you can't hear me, let me know. I'll try to raise my voice. I should have brought my earpiece, but oh well. This little gadget makes your hot water for your tea super fast, so I love it. It's literally probably been maybe a minute since I pushed this down, and it's gonna boil it and it'll be ready to make tea that fast. Tonight I am sipping on Yellow Dock. Got it in this bag. See, the bag is yellow. I'll show you what it looks like. We'll put it in a spoon because it's kind of powdery. Yellow Dock is a pretty dope nourisher and cleanser of the liver. I can never... There we go. If you can see that, kind of the color. It will turn things yellow though, and it's very bitter. It's a bitter, makes a great bitter tonic. There you go. So this is a cool little mug here that I have matching with my mom. I'm gonna put some of that in there. I would recommend putting this in a tea bag because it's pretty powdery and it just, a little goes a long way. It's super bitter. Also with your bitter herbs, you don't want to mix them with too many things, and I would even go so far as to say don't even sweeten them. Just get used to drinking them bitter, because you really want to take in the full experience of bonding with the herb in its purest, truest form. And also, the bitter cuts off sugar cravings, and also the more you're able to embrace the bitter. You see that? I love watching it. The more you're able to embrace the bitter, the more benefits you're going to notice just in helping you with your overall cravings in general. So you don't even want to sweeten it. That's what I wanted to say. I totally got excited at my little teapot and forgot. These tonics, some of these teas are these herbs are bitter. And if you try to curb the experience or flavor by sweetening them, it still doesn't work. And it turns off it changes your experience with the herb, because it's really deeper than just taste. That's something else I want to talk about a little bit today. And that's about operating from a higher perspective when we are making decisions and on a natural fibroid elimination journey. If you're serious about natural fibroid freedom, you're going to be faced with the question, the topic of self-mastery very often. And it doesn't end. So here I go with my hair again. It doesn't really end. It's an ongoing thing, and it's for our best evolution. It's for us to evolve and move to higher heights, and that's what we kind of have been building on all week. I don't know if you saw me, any of my posts. You saw me, I think was it the day before yesterday I was live, and then I think I went live again maybe Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, Monday I was live on YouTube. So yeah, so the whole thing with fibroids is that things are out of balance. So one of the truths that I learned, one of the goddess keys that I had to get early on, was that there was a message to me that things were out of balance, but also that I was being called to a higher level of standard for myself. You know, as a goddess, as a child of the Most High, as somebody who is made in the image of the Most High, right? It wasn't just about, I had started having to look at things at a deeper level. It was no longer about, oh my God, I really am craving. And if you hear any chewing in the background, my chihuahua is eating dinner. She likes to eat, she chooses to eat dinner and have food when I'm in the kitchen. So whenever I'm eating or my family's eating, she thinks it's time to eat. So that's what you hear in the background. That's Gigi having some dinner. Gigi Bella, my baby. So I had to realize that I had to hold myself to a higher standard and that I was being called to level up. Like Sierra, level up, level up, level up, level up, right? That's real. So with fibroids, I get a lot of beautiful goddesses every day. I got messages today and they want to know how they can get the tea, how they can get the capsules. I really need your product. Help me. I really, you hear all these things. And that immediately is a indicator that you need to pause and shift, as we've been talking about all week, your outlook on the topic of fibroids in general, because you're placing all of the success in an outside source for your ability to reverse fibroids and heal your womb. And you have to turn the lens, this whole subject with fibroids, this whole journey, struggle, obstacle, mountain that we're facing when we have an imbalance in our wombs, when we have uterine fibroids, is a lesson that we need to turn the lens onto the inside, onto ourselves, right? Yes, we can utilize all these wonderful teas, and I haven't had my tea yet because I'm letting it steep. It's turning yellow, but I don't know how to show you. Actually, I can show you. Let's see. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you when I get ready to drink it. But it's a lesson that we need to go inward. So we can use teas and herbs as a tool, but we have to know that the power lies in us and our outlook on whatever it is that we're using. We can't give all of our power and put all the weight on an outside object or source or person. They're all great to use. But remember, the lesson about any imbalance, the lesson that we need to get if we're really talking about evolving and conquering fibroids, is that it all starts and ends with us. That's where you really start stepping into your goddess energy. You're stepping into the palace. You're stepping up to the throne, and the throne would be where you are fibroid free, where your hormones are balanced and everything about you is harmonious. Your energy is grounded. When your energy is grounded, your womb is balanced. You're fertile. If you want to have babies and you're older, the whole high risk thing that they try to push on you is off the radar, because you know internally, intrinsically, that you can reproduce and have babies whenever you get ready, because you have everything at your command, because you have pulled your power back within and learned more about who you are and given yourself the belief. You've honored yourself as an extension of the Most High, of the Creator, of Source, knowing that you are always abundant and you always have everything you need. You have to shift your outlook into resonating within what I just mentioned, all of that, any of that, all of that and more, to where it's an abundance mentality. And you know that, yes, you have this wonderful tea and it's great to use these capsules or whatever. And they've been presented to you because you've manifested tools that you can use to reverse fibroids, heal your womb. However, know that you've manifested these things on your path because of the shift you've made from within, from being in touch with and attuned to higher frequencies. Your goddess energy, your womb power has led you to these things. It's not about these things leading you to the finish line. It's about you calling everything in, these tools to your disposal, using them and knowing that it's all about your intention. That is where we need to be. And, it does take work because we are in this matrix realm. So we have to go out, some of us, to our daily jobs, and we have families, and family members are not always or all or maybe even close to thinking and vibrating and resonating on any of this stuff that I just mentioned. But it's your job to be able to flip back in and out as you need to, or be able to balance with one foot over here and one foot outside of this matrix and outside of the societal traps that will feed and cause fibroids to grow and persist. You know, you got to have a job, you got to go to work right now. Okay, fine. You have to figure out a way to balance that to where, you know, when there's a work get together or a function or something like that, there's a potluck or somebody's having a party and you want to go because you're used to the camaraderie or whatever. You know, you still have to realize, I can't eat the food that they're eating. I can't eat whatever they're bringing. I'm not like everybody else because I'm healing fibroids naturally. You know, you have to pair it up and make it work for you. But if you're serious about shrinking fibroids naturally, no one can do it for you. You're going to hear me say that a lot. It's truly you versus you. You have to construct your own fibroid freedom action plan and your own little steps for success to navigate yourself through the earthly plane, the earthly realm, at all times, to where you're avoiding minefields that may be feeding fibroids or throwing you off and, you know, causing your energy to be drained, like toxic relationships or unhealthy outlooks about yourself. This is the time to be super discerning. That's another thing I wanted to touch on today. We have to be super discerning and realize that there's a lot of shifts that have been happening. If you've been watching my channel since pre all of this crazy virus stuff, right up around then, I started talking about shifts that were happening. And, you know, it looked pretty dark, but one of the things I mentioned last year was that if it looks really dark, that means that there's also a huge opportunity for manifesting greatness right now. So, you know, don't be confused or worried about a lot of what's going on. Just prioritize yourself in these times and make sure that you're being discerning and not falling into the traps of things that will cause more fibroids to grow and things that may cause infertility. Remember, one of the biggest things, best things that you can do when things seem to be shifting a lot, things seem to be unsure, which in these times, it's kind of like a chaotic time. There's a lot of things happening globally with these illnesses and, you know, jabs and whatnot. I don't want to go into all these phrases, keywords and all that. You know, I will be going deeper into these topics for goddesses who join my private membership, Womb Hang Clan. So if you're interested in that and you would like to know the true holistic POV from me on these topics, join my goddess membership, and I'll put a link in the chat after I close this out. But you got to be discerning. And I'm going to go, like I said, deeper into these topics privately, but there's been a lot of discussion last week more so than this week. Last week, the week prior, on some of the premier medical professionals in general, but one of the most premier that I know, Dr. Christiane Northrup has been speaking a lot about the jabs, and there's been talk about crazy side effects that have been taking place due to these, the topic that I just mentioned. And the side effects have been taking place in women that have not received the jab. So that's an interesting thing to consider. And I'm only mentioning that because I've been getting a lot of messages from a lot of followers, a lot of goddesses that want to know my take on that. Obviously, if you watched me last year, you should already know my take on that. And you should really, technically, if you have to question, you must be a new person, but you can look at me and kind of know my stance on that topic. And that's no, absolutely not, under no circumstances. I am completely in alignment with nature at all times, and anything and everything of only from nature and the Most High and the Creator. That's just how I roll. But I'm going to be going deeper into those topics, but I encourage you to look at and find research accounts of what people have been going through and experiencing because of being around people that have had the jabs, because they've been experiencing heavy bleeding, hemorrhaging, miscarriages have been taking place with those who have had the jab and those who have not, and just being around others who have had this. The women that have not have been experiencing hemorrhaging, heavy bleeding, um, really bad irregular periods. And this is kind of, I'm a little late on mentioning this just because I wanted to watch and see what was happening. But if you're interested in that, get in the membership and we'll be discussing that in further detail, because I have my own views on that, as far as it being out of alignment if you are serious about natural and holistic womb wellness and fibroid elimination. Also, it's just completely too new. It's too new of a topic to be introducing and making a permanent outcome for your body and possibly fertility. So, hey, SJ, will you be speaking in the membership about how to avoid the traveling in the future? Actually, I can. I have access to other people who are discussing this topic more. Whoops, where's the, okay. Will you be speaking in the membership about how to avoid the, when traveling in the future, being able to go to certain places? I'm trying not to be anxious about this. Sure, I can speak on that, and I can also direct you to some other conversations where many are discussing that and many are doing that now. So definitely go to my website, Operation Fibroid Freedom, and sign up under Join Womb Hang Clan. And you will be getting in that membership a monthly masterclass. And for the month of May, we're going to be focusing on shadow work for fibroid detox, for detoxing toxic, stagnant energy that is feeding fibroids personally. And any goddess that's in the group, we're going to be going into that. I'll be walking you through a 2-part masterclass over Saturday, May 8th and Saturday, May 22nd. Also, you will be getting bonus content. And one of the perks of being a member is that you can ask me certain topics and we can go into them together for how you can navigate and move in these times, because it is serious and it goes pretty deep. But you can't just go into everything. Obviously, there's different agendas at hand. So for sure. Let's see. You know, I'm new to the chat. I will, let me see if I can type it here now. I don't think I can type it and do it on my phone, so I'll wait. If you don't want to wait, though, SJ, go over to operationfibroidfreedom.com and click Join Womb Hang Clan and sign up there, and then I will be giving you more info on the masterclass, and also we can talk about what you just asked and cover that personally in a private Zoom, or actually like an unlisted video here on the YouTube. I'll be putting unlisted content here and also members-only content going out in like my email and that kind of stuff. And I hear my family members coming home, so they're gonna come in and be like, oh my God, who's she talking to? So heads up, maybe noisy. But yeah, we're gonna go into that, and you wanna be discerning in these times because there's a lot of changes going on, but that's what I wanted to mention to you just really quickly for your quick Womb Wisdom Wednesday check-in. When things are changing and things seem to be chaotic and it's kind of like wild card energy, which it definitely is right now, the best thing you can do is draw closer to things that are constant, things that are natural. So that means incorporate nature more into all areas of your life. Get in nature, eat more natural foods. This is a great time to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's about eliminating meat. And if you eat any sort of a meat substitute, get rid of it. Make your own version of that from whole food plant-based items. Take spiritual baths or add rose petals to your baths. Use essential oils that are made from pure ingredients. Use wonderful incense or burn Palo Santo, sage. Find and draw closer to nature in whatever way calls to you. Go out and hug a tree. Sit amongst the trees. Make sure you get that sun on your body. Make sure you're hydrated. Get out, take your shoes off, ground that energy by standing on the surface of the earth wherever you're at. Breathe in deep, fresh air. Take 5 minutes if you're really busy at work and just step outside where it's quiet and you can be undisturbed. Take in some full, deep belly breaths. whatever that means. You can even cook and incorporate natural pots, pans, wooden forks, pots, natural pots. Use glass instead of metal, that kind of thing. Or iron skillets is great because it also adds iron into your cooking. It goes into your womb and combats anemia. That's another little easy thing, but that's a major key. Um, these are great times to do that. The more you can become in alignment with nature, you're protecting your vibration and protecting yourself from any traps, tricks that may be happening within the matrix, right? So that's your womb wisdom tip of the day. I want to invite you to join my Goddess Mastermind that I already talked about, that I'm really excited about. Womb Hang Clan. Shadow work is the theme for the month of May. So I'll be talking about shadow work, and also giving you some downloadable materials that we can use to dive deeper. And we're doing that, like I said, to uncover, access, take full stock at the deeper, darker parts of ourself that we are keeping maybe hidden or maybe don't know are hidden. We're creating questions and dialogue to help us unlock maybe traumatic body memories for the purpose. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. Are you okay? Do you need my help?
Yeah, I think so.
You're live on YouTube.
Sorry, I have carrying cinder blocks.
I knew you didn't know. Sorry, y'all. That's my family coming home. Are you okay? Okay. I'm going to be ready in 1 second. Draw closer to nature. It's the best thing you can do to protect yourself when things seem the most out of balance and out of whack. Okay, whatever that means for you. Maybe you want to just go completely natural and have your hair be natural. That's a big thing. We can go deeper. Like I said, if y'all have any suggestions and you want to join the Womb Hang Clan, you can come in and you can control some of the stuff that we will be talking about. I'm inviting you to do that. My family's crazy. But yeah, that's it for today because I got to go help my fam move some stuff in the house. They didn't know I was going to be in here, but I wanted to have a different background because I'm always in my room. I'm also thinking about repainting my room, but I love orange. I love orange. I love orange like in my room on those walls. Orange kind of gives me that zen feeling. So I don't know. What do you think? Should I change my room color? I don't know. But another thing about orange is it supports balancing your sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is very powerful, and it involves us showing up for ourselves in the world and stability, but it also is directly connected to our finances and stability in that way. So one of the things I do want to add in Womb Hang Clan membership, I want to bring back my womb winding class, where I guide you into some sacred womb winding movements to unleash and unlock blockages within the body, and the sacral chakra is definitely one of those areas. But we'll talk about that more. Let me know if y'all have any questions. I'm sending you peace and love, and thank you for joining me for Womb Wisdom Wednesday, and I will see you back because I'm coming back all week. Go to Instagram at OP Fibroid Freedom. Follow me there. I'm on TikTok, 333 Cecily, and if you give me about 10 minutes, I'm going to drop the link for you to join my Goddess Mastermind Womb Hang Clan and participate in the month of shadow work in the description box.